but not for me. Twice. Staggered. Looping is cool too, because the density is light. Phonic sparkle, reversed countdown. Flesh ropes the body it waits for. When 3 threads out in fans and brushes, in duress of implotment and possession. Immersion ruptures solitude no matter what. We can't breathe forever. We look for air pockets. An informal market on the corner, the club, a chapel made of bottle trees. Every last breath we want to breathe somebody. So beautiful in refusing, graphic in quartering ourselves, and a solid in embrace. Wasn't nobody but some chords in various anti-states and jingles. Blackness is arpeggiation and displacement. Blackness is swimming. Can't quite let the water go or be. We harp on the water. The blackness of the whole thing is that our flesh lights up the world. The ringing, the bubbles, the particles appear to fade in suspense. What else might happen to us folds us in. Not, but amniotic whale. We're whales. We're whales. We're whales. We hate the world. We love the word quarrel. Our whirlpool pianism, our pulling, our practice, our saturated name. Been watching the pot, paying close attention to texture, but with resistances that turn to ambivalence if you tend to them. The cook's resistance to her food is intensified by her presence in the pot. She's in the soup, but not of it, being off in it, all up in it, her foot all up in it, she's in it. The trouble with selflessness is that it appears to be a function of absolute self-absorption. You give yourself over to what you endure, rubbing slowly through the pillar of that band running down your leg. Otherwise, most people would try to take it up. You gotta have a theory of it, see it from somewhere, evidently. So it's better to chip away at your point of view with the extreme care of the merely culinary, submitting to your own bitter flavor than it is to go ostentatiously hungry. This is impromptu. T-O-B-A. T-O-B-A. T-B-A. To be announced is tough on black asses, as in what's in the soup and what the soup is, and now it's on. The serpentine chitlin circuit is like a trip in an audience with no friends. It's not that there are no friends, it's that it's not enough for us to be friends. No time, where did it go? Everywhere, not even after hours. I guess I have to capitalize is as there's exception in the ordinary. The ordinary exception is all over. It's all lover, the place, leotard and the difference where the truth resides between language and meta-language is Tarski, made frank, Franchuski, really. Schnee ist weiß, es war, c'est la neige et blanc, a soup of snow or fog, the general turbulence or turmeric or your turn. guess I want to be announced. I can't just walk into the room any kind of way, but fuck the assignment, I ain't doing it. I don't like exercises. My back hurts. My back is broad, and we don't do no whirling. Ain't me, ain't mine. Now what? And I won't not do it by myself either, not even here. I don't want to be a person among other persons. I don't like that kind of hovering. I can't accede to the fact that this is my life. But this did happen to me. And I want to say that somewhere in the general cinema, but your gorgeous welcome can't quite let me have it. I wouldn't be doing this if it weren't for you. I'm a means of means by no means. I like stuff from it from time to time, but not having it makes me work. Not mad, I ain't got it, but I can pay something on it. I ain't got it, but I can pay something on it. Left to lose, that's just another word for nothing. I'm Frederick the Entertainer with my tough black ass. I put the owners in parentheses in my endless tour. My associations come in long black sentences. That's one of them long perline balloons over brush. I'm not gonna be myself like this with all these people though. Usually I'm pliant. I won't comply, though I do bend to the hangout. If you force me to think about myself, I'm gonna refuse in my blue balloon. Boy, give me my blue black cat. Man, I'm going over. That cloud chain you keep trying to put a chain around can't revise this out of what it is. My freedom is a substitute you all up on, sounding like something clever. I'm not trying to be here, my friend. The first note in the nick of time till its endless run. I guess I'm just not a self-starter. Come all this way to be here all by myself with you. It's just like Clairton or Homestead in the broken history of Carroll Gardens. It was all just a long history of solitary studio. An autopoiesis of selflessness, like an autopsy of self, except the second line couldn't really join in, having aged so constantly. On the other hand, I'm trapped in asking, why am I here? I don't like how it shows up like this, descending into the atmosphere of what I just said. I took that shit off inside as usual, descending into the atmosphere of what you just said, the experiment of critical practice. I said, I don't like assignments. And where are them fucking self-celebratory fucks at? There, in the eddy of my short-term memory, abusing themselves until they cook down low. There's a long history of solitude. On the other hand, Miles couldn't really play. Creaking creaking doors through midnight after midnight with his friend till his friend was gone. Something in the way of sanctified fatigue, something in the science of sound. Freddie taught Miles how to speak in love, though. And now they say that people say that I found a way to make you say that you love me. This level of intelligent self-consciousness can't seem good if we study for a little while. Identification ain't the same thing as four-handed playing, that long, dry-ass movie crowded with digital incident in the long history of studio solitude. As if they have to remind you they have to have everything. They've been impure. And I'm their friend. In the air, a range of their disappointments and losses. I want to say they love me a whole bushel and a peck. I'm something loved by them quite violently. In delivering me, they push me away so that on stage, my posture is a slight French twist. How can self-absorption's cure be more and better self-absorption? How long can I refuse to be announced? This would be about my own capacity to pretend if I didn't have not having. There's no evidence of me as far as I know, other than this writing, which is evidently of so much more than me that I continually forget my check stubs as I walk across the park. My pardon is denied. Robert P. Williams is evidence that this is my computer, but pardon denied again ain't even in here, just tipping in. Just tipping in. I'm pretty sure it's mine, but I can't find that thing I wrote about showing up. My kids are in my computer. I took so many pictures of them when they were little, and now I'm pretty sure that's them and that they're mine, which is, I'm sure, why I took so many pictures. I'm just playing.
Who is?
Just playing. But this question of announcement is connected to the double sense in which I cannot have what's mine, which I think maybe my mama gave me, pinned on me like a rose as one last love song. What I think I am is Envoy's last letter. Can you be a message without being announced? What's the message effect? To be arrayed in the proclamation without being proclaimed, not formally to be made known, but to have been shouted in the general Carolina. I'm not here, but Romare, and in Glasgow, Baraka, in the general absence of our non-performance, deep in the general Carolina, shouted, evidence. If you want me to play this out for you, I don't want to, as if the dirt of my impossibility made sweeter your impossible air. Do I use the pictures in my computer to secure a personhood I don't want and I know I can't have? I withheld until now, not wanting to announce myself. And now I guess that's gone. Just ordinary up in this. All but not like you, but not for me. Just like you, all but almost. Is that just mine, or is it shared? That break, I mean. I know you can all but understand me. Just like you already knew all that new shit you said. It was all but we who knew that. It was all of us almost. If I keep talking about this like this, I might have some new shit myself. Because I share your feelings of anxiety regarding the loss of shit ain't real. I share your distaste for saying the loss don't matter, given that all lives do, especially all the ones that don't. But it really doesn't matter. Nothing really matters. Everyone looks at everyday shit that way. Ain't no absolute connection between how well you see and how well you represent. Let's look so hard, it all but goes away. My mama cooked herself sick every Christmas, which is adorable or actionable. Mama, I just want you to know I still appreciate you. I'ma write you a long letter and then I'm coming. What I'm writing myself out of is what I'm writing right now. I'ma get through with that and then I'ma write you a long letter. It's the breathing light, and I'ma be their visitation on the highway. I'ma send it so we can see about you and see what it means to be announced to the general Chicago. They said, what happened, man? I said, I don't know. Well, we claim that without proclaiming. Sound it out to the general and executive. Please pay attention, please. Pay attention, son. Zoe, man, you gotta pay attention. You gotta pay attention, man. You never been alone in the studio. You gotta learn how to pay attention, man. Is it something we can share? It's just a story we tell. First it was everything. Then it was all. And then he said, watching LeBron is just so relaxing. He said he learned how to be an experiment in the general gunfire. He said he learned how to play the tension. He said he'd show me how we share attention. So, 1, watch the game tomorrow and see what it's like to be able to say that. 2, say what Zoe said he saw in that same amazing grammar. 3, always do your homework at school. Always do your footwork at home. Always shout immersion. hand up to your ear. Put your hand up to your ear. For you to find a way to sound and move. Don rhymes with Robert Selmer like a plastic fuse. To blow out the emperor's ambiance with shouting in the theological desert of the city. You bring with you to galleries an echo of shipping, an avenue warehouse, a river bee. And the Prendergast machine is disciplined against an echo of shopping. Too much arrangement in the head, Susan's sound through store-bought power. That show of shows is a bill of lading, a business pleasure, and the auctioneer's nervous run is overtaken by worn shadow. Homeless Ware is walking, the armory is walking away, some nervous agent in the air. You are a base community. Apprehend before the sound, the cargo, the brutalized openings, which also surround it, but only for a time that can't be measured in permeance. It's an imprecision bordering on invasion to call this context, that rapturous silence, shouting, composed in listening, so we discompose ourselves in one another. Lose your composure in repose, at rest, in dissent, in the general murmur, a general antagonism of noise, the fugue of the absolutely poor, her gift of diving, her depressive largesse of lifting, in study, in series, her overlapped happenings of attendance, lapsed concentricities, submerged ciphers, like a bunch of little churches and ballrooms with open doors. You are the bottom. And we care about each other so militantly, with such softness, that we exhaust ourselves and then record in the resonance of our slightly open mouths the sound of that, in the absence of the enemy that we keep making, a disconnected movement as if preoccupied, held already in the beautiful gathering afternoon, carried by one another as one another's play mamas. Listen to the sound through one another's skin. Through one another's skin. Preserve the sound through membrane and water. Through membrane and water to find our form. To find our form in corresponding. Your body is a mixing board. Come take a listening walk and admire your hand twisting. The listening is in watching how you move to touch and sounding. Brushing up against your friend to see how his position sounds to make the music we are making by moving the people moving around. Make sound works out of rustling to notice the material that comes up on us, that we come upon. Do something with. Do something with the sound like it's your friend, like you met her at the quadrophenic playground. You are a child in a club. One night in San Francisco, off the impeccable to frayed nailed stud of a live Black Hawk, of the more and less than full divided air of a mystophone, through her devised air, O master of ceremonies miles, like a speaker and a whisper with a monster, say form a pit and brush somebody's hand. Make a mixing violent rubbing till your work is gone. Make a prompt of four squared into squares collapse as separates, but other than before, till work is made to disappear, to register its fields as present in the sound and its sources. Everybody, everybody, everybody. Everybody brush somebody's hand till work is gone to the alternate slam. How long can you sustain the four square? This is how to make little works just walking down the street, collaborating with the hand you brush as shawls serrate the length of her arcade. Come on, everybody. You want sensory issues. Curate the sound you make by jumping. Flap your hands before your eyes. In lengthening, become from another country. Imitate the movement, but expel more air. Say this is your house and run a lap in it, but dance with the air immediately around the ones who seem at home. Repeat a word or phrase slightly louder, up 3 steps, then down, like a color block in a Hoffman painting. For a minute, say every letter of every word, but slowly. Pull somebody's hand up to your ear. Hold somebody's hand up to your ear. Hold somebody's hand up to your ear. I'm just playing. Just playing. Ding dong. Brandon Lopez. Gerald Cleaver.